Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Shiva Biram signing in, and I am here to explain you the isometric views related to engineering drawing. Generally, isometric views would be a little bit difficult compared to the orthographic projections, but if you follow a simple techniques, simple tips, it would be very comfortable in order to represent the isometric views of an object. We will be given the front view and top view in order to establish the isometric views of an object, and from those views we have to develop the solid. In this session I am going to teach you some fundamentals regarding how to represent a circle in different planes and what are the different planes available for us in the isometric views and all those things. Whenever we need to represent the isometric view of a solid, we have to draw a cube or cuboid with the three axes x, y and z. The x and y axis will make an angle of 30 degrees with respect to the reference line. So that is the x axis which makes an angle of 30 degrees, and this is the y axis. The length will be the x, y and z lengths will be from the views. We are going to get those lengths from the views. The z axis makes 90 degrees or perpendicular to the reference line. So first of all, let me complete the cube here. The knowledge of these planes would be essential in order to develop the solid. For some diagrams, we will be given the side view also. So that is the x axis making an angle of 30 degrees, and this is y making 30 degrees. Let me represent the three axes here. This will be considered as the x axis, and this will be considered as the y axis. This is z axis. So whenever we observe from the front side, that is front view, when we consider, we are going to have the x and the z axis, or we can consider that as xz plane. And from the top view, we will have the x and y or xy plane, that is front view. If you observe x and z plane, and from the top view, if you observe, that will be x and y plane, and from the side view, so here this will be y and z will be the side view. And in order to draw the isometric view of an object, first we have to construct the cube or cuboid with the given lengths of x, y and z axis. These lengths will be obtained from the respective front view and the top view, and sometimes side view also will be given for us. So next, let me represent the planes clearly. So this is x and this will be z. So that plane will be x and xz plane. Generally we consider it as front view or elevation. It can also be considered as elevation. This is x and that will be z, and here come to the side view, that would be y and this will be z, so that this plane is considered as yz plane. The knowledge of these planes is very much important. That would be the side view here. Now let us go for the top view. In the top view we have the x and y axis, so that is x and that would be the y, so that this plane corresponds to the xy plane. So like that, in the next session we are going to represent a given circle in these different planes. So here we are given a circle of diameter 40 units. So I have drawn a circle of diameter 40 units, and let us represent this circle in the three planes xy, yz and xz planes. For that I have to construct a a square of ABCD, and the midpoints also have been represented here for each side AB, BC, CD and DA. Now consider the xy plane. In order to represent this circle in the xy plane, first of all we have to construct the rhombus. So here AB and AD will make 30 degrees with respect to the reference line, and we have to complete the rhombus of the length 40 units, which is the diameter of the circle. After that, locate the midpoints of all the sides. Next, from the corners of the shortest diagonal. So generally the rhombus will have two diagonals, and we have to consider the diagonal having the shorter length. And from the corners of the shorter diagonal, join the midpoints like that. And once we join the midpoints, with A as center and this length as radius, draw an arc joining the two midpoints onto the opposite side like that. And similarly, with C as center and with the same length as radius, next, with this common point as center and this small length as radius, construct the arc. Similarly, do the same onto the opposite side. So like that, this will complete the ellipse. Actually, we get an ellipse. When the circle is viewed from the xy plane, we get an ellipse. The same thing is to be done for the other planes also. That is YZ plane and XZ plane. Let us see those things also. Now consider YZ plane. We have to construct a rhombus in Y and Z with the y-axis and z-axis. So that is A, B, C and D. Locate the midpoints. Same we have done previously. And after that, once we locate the midpoints from the shortest corners of the shortest diagonal, we have to join the midpoints from A join the two midpoints onto the opposite side. Similarly, from C do the same, and once we join with A as center, C as center, the procedure will remain the same for all the planes, whether it is xy plane, yz plane or xz plane, whatever it may be. So once we practice this, we have to remember one more important point here. The supporting structure of this particular diagram should be drawn very lightly. Only the ellipse is to be drawn a little bit more dark, because that is the required one, and the other things should be very much light. So let me dark this ellipse part only. So this is how the circle will be shown in the YZ plane. Next, let us consider the XZ plane here. Okay, here we have to consider the angles also, like that. So we have to locate the midpoints, and from the corners of the shortest diagonal, join the midpoints. Even if you want, you can give some names also to the midpoints. So with B as center and this length as radius, complete the arc. Similarly with D as center, complete the arc onto the other side. Similarly with this point as center and the small length as, you need not draw with you need not go for freehand drawing. So you can use compass. If it is very much shorter, then you can go for the freehand. Otherwise, one can draw with the compass. So let me dark this part of ellipse, which is being represented in the XZ plane. So while going for isometric views, the representation of circle in different planes would be a little bit difficult one. So if you practice this, obviously it becomes easy for us. Similarly, you can go for any polygon like hexagon or pentagon. So whenever we consider hexagon or pentagon, first of all, we have to see in the same way we have to complete the square related to that particular polygon, and corresponding to each plane, whether it is xy plane or yz plane or xz plane, we have to consider the points A, B, C, D. If it is a pentagon, we are going to have 5 points A, B, C, D and E, and those 5 points are to be considered from the corners of the square that we have drawn for that particular polygon. That is very important. So these are the important things that we have to consider in order to make the isometric drawing simpler. That's all for today's session. In the next session, I would like to deal some more diagrams related to these isometric views. Uh, I would be very much thankful to you if you subscribe to my channel and give likes and share my videos. That would be certainly an encouragement for me, so that I can make much more videos for you. And please don't hesitate to make some comments. And that feedback is very much valuable for me. Thank you very much for watching my videos, and this is Shiva Biram signing off.